Hi again and welcome to the channel, and today I'm joined by Domenico.
Hi Craig.
Hopefully you saw my other videos out there about my predictions about 2020 and what I feel's kind of coming up using my psychic abilities.
Yeah, I actually saw that video. It's really interesting, and I saw that you spoke about politics, how the world is going to be in 2020. But have you thought about doing a video about the astrology in 2020? What every sign could expect by this new year?
Yeah, well, I think we can do something like that. This is called sun sign astrology. It started in the 1930s when people used it in the newspapers.
Almost 100 years old.
Yeah. So let's ask me a few questions.
Right, 2020 is not only a new year, but it's even a new decade.
Indeed.
God, it's going to be pretty fun to live.
Yeah.
Great time to be around. That's something that happens only once every 100 years. And we are not only in the new decade, we are in the new decade of the new century.
Yeah, indeed we are.
So it could be a pretty interesting point for astrology.
I think so.
Right. Next sign, Virgo. How it's going to look 2020 for Virgo?
For Virgo, it's going to be a very good year in 2020. They're going to, it's fantastic if you're in business. This is a time for acquisitions, and it's been a long time where they've been without what they've been wanting. This is a good year for Virgo. So it's material things, particularly. Job changes, great. Anything new, you can take risks this year. They can opportunity and luck is on their side.
And we're back to the lucky signs then.
Yeah, in a way. They've got some quite good things going. They've had quite a hard time for about 3 years. And they've been struggling. But so now it's kind of a bit of a breakthrough. So in many respects, it seems much better than perhaps it is, because everything seems to have been against them for so long. But now at last their ship has come in.
And what's the planetary alignment for Virgo?
Well, they have a particularly good mood indicated in their astrology, really. They're in the right frame of mind for the first 9 months of the year of 2020. They have more faith, more strength, they're going to be a bit more relaxed. They have a better perspective on life, and their sense of humour is going to come back too. So it's looking quite good. We have this Venus in apparent retrograde again, which will move in their house of money for them. So they might encounter a few sort of sanctions, but the general overview is very good perspective for their money situation. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, some conflict between them in their planets, danger possibly sometimes of overspending, what I see here, a certain amount of wanting to spend on ephemeral things like new camera equipment or something like that.
But we're not Virgo.
So from their point of view, yes, it is, but it is generally a year of a bit more prosperous. They could waste a bit. It's kind of against their nature to waste things. So yeah, I think it's a good prosperous year for them in particular.
So Virgo, be careful not to spend money on new camera gear, unless it's suggested by me on my channel. It seems like it till now. It seems like a time. And how is going to be the love life?
Again, it's a great year for Virgos. It's a time that family's going to be important. Harmony generally. A life full of, generally a very joyous year for them. So they've got a good time ahead. Another one that could be getting married, and we're going to have a lot of marriages next year perhaps, but wedding bells could be indicated for the Virgo sign. The planets look good for them generally. It's got all the cosmic ingredients that could make relationships work well. So I like the look of their chart this year. I think it's one of the best signs to be for 2020. Good, even if they want to change their career. There's lots of signs here that they, unexpected opportunities. So yeah, a good year after a period of a number of years where it's not been so easy.
I can see it's going to be a good year even for my colleagues, photographers and video makers, with all these weddings.
Yes, plenty of opportunities. You want to target all the Virgos and
I'll just start to send them the cards from my colleagues and my friends.
Yeah.
Hey, need a photographer. You have a wedding this year. No, I don't. Yes, you have. 2020 seems that it's going to be a pretty lucky year for a lot of us.
Well, again, I'd like to be fairly optimistic about the way we look at the astrology, because whatever destiny throws at you, you can make good of it. Whatever the year ahead. There used to be. I was a great admirer of the man Yogananda, who used to get his devotees to do everything at times that were astrologically terrible. And in India, you don't do anything unless you look at the stars first. So he used to say, we're going to do this when, this is retrograde and that's awful and this is terrible, And to prove that the power of the will and the human personality is actually greater than the stars. So Virgo, not much to say for you, really. It's a good year ahead. Just enjoy the opportunities you got this year, because it's been a long time without these opportunities, and now's your way to make a good future for the long term as well.
In love, money, health,
pretty much all of it. Career too.
Great 2020 for you guys and girls and dogs. I don't know, actually.
Horoscopes. Oh, well, we have to do those another time.
We should do that.
Yeah. Boo, where are you?
Right, we spoke about the first 6 signs till now, and more or less seems to be an interesting 2020 for them. It's going to be full of luck and a good year.
Well, these
all
are
around.
These are very general horoscopes we're doing here, because every person's horoscope is different depending upon the time of your birth and the place of your birth and things like this. So if you want to get a completely unique reading, you can call one of my phone line astrologers, and they will give you a in-depth reading just specifically to you. And these guys also have psychic abilities too. So call our phone lines, and you'll see it up on the screen here somewhere, a little link that you can connect to and get a personal reading by phone.
And we'll put it in the description down below. So if you can find it on over there, or over here, over there, I don't know, somewhere
around. And it's not just UK as well, by the way. It's any country in the world can use these services. They're all on the website.
And we'll put the link in the description, as we said. So international, you can go from wherever, and you can have your own dedicated.
Yeah, you can have a personalised astrology by telephone with a professional astrologer who does nothing else except astrology.
So this 2020 is going to be actually a good year for most of the signs.
Yeah, I think an interesting year generally, with some interesting numerology in it as well, because it's the 20th of the 2nd, 2020, and things like that coming up, which we can talk about another time. But yeah, I think an interesting time, and also as through the prediction videos, an interesting time politically, for example.
And people can see your 2020 prediction on the other video you've made.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and there's lots going on there.
There's the link somewhere.
Somewhere up here or over there.
And these predictions were more general, these astrological predictions, this science prediction.
Yeah, I mean, this type of astrology we're doing now is sun sign astrology, they call it. So, but if you want to get something a little bit more in-depth and personalised for you, you can have a look on my website. You'll see it coming up on the screen here somewhere. You can call my readers. They can give you a psychic reading, a clairvoyant reading, or a specifically astrological reading based entirely upon your date of birth and what you do. So just go to the website and call the numbers, and you can get a reading right now if you like.
Don't forget to subscribe on this channel.
Yep.
Click the bell so you will be notified for any new video that is coming up. And actually, you were telling me before that you are going to do a better astrological video per each sign.
More in depth.
Yeah,
a bit more in depth for each sign. And we might even later on start looking at some pet videos as well, I was thinking.
The pet astrology.
But some of that might be fun to do. We can get Boo in.
Yeah.
And what about your channel? Because you're doing this new thing when you've been filming all this with these cameras and things. And
yeah, if you are interested in making these videos, or if you are interested in photography, videography, filmmaking, you want to start your own YouTube channel. Well, I got my channel. The link is in the description. I'm the Italian Dad. It's pretty simple to find.
And it's fun and interesting. And you can see some of the bloopers we make sometimes and the things that go right and go wrong and how we do it.
And I show especially how you can make all these on a budget, on a really tight budget. Because not many people can go out and buy a £25,000 or $25,000 camera. But in my videos and in my channel, you will see how you can make these videos with less than £500 or less than $500. I already have a video on which camera to buy if you just want to start and spend less than $500 or £500 between the camera, the lens and the microphone. That will get you started. So just go down in the description for the link and subscribe to it.
And talking about budgets, you can help us if you become a patron of this site, because we're trying to do something really special with this channel, as we've already said. You know, we're trying to get our own studio and places where we can work and transmit all sorts of interesting stuff to you that have never been done on YouTube before. Something unique, a community of spiritually minded people working together.
And we're trying to help even children in need.
Indeed.
With the Patreon.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And then we do a lot of charitable work as well. And we'll keep you updated with that through the channel as well, through 2020. Well, thanks for joining us, folks. And do keep subscribing. And thank you for supporting us over 2019. And all of you, no matter what sign, do have a good 2020. Life is what you make it. It doesn't matter about the planets and stars. It's us that make the changes in the world and can make our life happy.
Happy New Year, people.
Happy New Year.
Ciao.
Bye.
My wife Jane and I do our public work for free. We raise money through the theatres to raise money for our Hamilton Parker Foundation. This is a not-for-profit company that is soon to be registered as a charity. Now, our work is going in to help with the objectives of this charity, but you can help us as well by becoming what we call a patron of this channel. Now, as a patron, you'll get, first of all sorts of really interesting benefits. You'll have a sort of behind the scenes look at what goes on with our work. You'll get videos before other people. You'll get new videos. You'll get all sorts of benefits that are explained in the patron website, and it has various tiers that you can subscribe to. So you can subscribe to just a little bit and get a few benefits, or you can subscribe a lot and get a lot of benefits. And what this means is that we can raise some money through this channel. Now, this money's not going to me and Jane to give us a fancy lifestyle. This money is going into our foundation that has some fantastic objectives. Now, the first thing we want to do with the foundation is, first of all, get a cyber center together, a cyber temple, as it were, a place where we can introduce new people to you through this channel. So by supporting this channel and giving something to the as a patron, you will find that this channel will start to get better and better content with more and more interesting things going on. We'll be able to get the cameras, we'll be able to have the space, we'll be able to have the right setting where we can build the energy to do things such as mediumistic circles and so forth online. But also our work extends further than that, because we are hoping ultimately to build a spiritual center, a psychic ashram, as it were, where people like you can come to visit and take part in an interactive way through this channel as well. But also we are doing a lot of what we call spiritual service. We are going out and giving a large part of the income we generate to people in India who are destitute. We've given to schools, we've fed children that are in need, we've helped mentally handicapped people, we've given cows to old people in India. Some of all this you'd have seen in my movie Mystic Journey to India on Amazon. But all of this is part of our mission, part of our remit to help the world. Because we're not only trying to find our divine nature, we're also trying to live what we learn and express it in ways that are really beneficial to the world. So if you follow this channel, but more importantly, if you become a patron of this channel, you can help us to take this whole mission onto a much higher level than any psychic work has ever been done before.